One of the things I love about painting intuitively is not having any idea where you are going in the journey that you take when you start a painting. I love the adventure of starting off with no idea and just seeing where and what happens as you play with the materials. And this is how I start all my paintings. So I have absolutely no idea, but it's like uncovering a sort of a fantasy land. And as things just sort of pop into your head as you think about things, I put them down on the page. And so this is what I'm doing here. At the moment I'm just creating, I've created 2 dark pages, and now I'm thinking of these little red sort of flowers, and I've put them in plant forms in a way. And this is just doodling, scribbling. I'm not really thinking of anything. I'm just seeing what that red pencil looks like on the black paint underneath. Now the paint that I've put down is very dark, and I know that if I want a composition that's going to work, that's going to look good, I need to have some light areas. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm just putting some light areas down. And I tend to sort of try and alternate between wet and dry media. So having put wet paint down, I'm now working with a dry pastel and just putting colours in. I've really got no idea what any of this is going to be, and the original bit of wax crayon I put down underneath that black paint. Now that the black paint is dried, I can scratch back through that and get that sort of scratchy mark, which is quite fun. Okay, so I'm just adding colour, and I like that orange next to that sort of cerise pink. And I'm just seeing what I can do here. I like sort of geometric forms, so I put those in. And I really like the way that this pen, suddenly the paint started to come through, and it made a really nice clear drawing. So I drew don't know what that is at the bottom, but there's one of my goats at the top. I have some goats, and this is just, I don't know what that is, some sort of animal. And then up the top I was drawing a bird. That's a bird flying, and that's a butterfly. So it's just whatever pops into my head, I just draw in here, and nothing is going to last forever. I will paint over a lot of it. Some things might stay, some might go. I really don't know, but I just love going on this sort of journey. This blue colour I've chosen because I know it goes nicely with that yellow. So even though I'm making decisions all the way along and I'm painting without knowing really what's going to happen, I do sort of apply knowledge at the same time. So I know that that blue is going to work nicely with the yellow, and so that's why I chose that. Now I'm working with the paint pens again, just scribbling, and then now with some more wet media. And now I want to put in some pattern. So I'm butting up this patterned area next to my little doodle of a whatever that is with the goat on top. And to sort of balance it, I'm putting something similar on the left hand side as well. Here we go, painting over the bird and scratching back through so you can see a little bit of the paint underneath. And now I'm painting in a big orange shape. I really like this orange. It looks good with the blue, and so I'm bringing in some more of that orange. And I've got quite a lot of it on the left hand side, so I'm making more of it. I cut off my little goatie's nose, so I had to give it its nose back. So this is just developing into some sort of weird world, and it's like a playground that I'm exploring and finding and discovering as I play with the paint and the media and the seeing what sort of marks I make. It's all so much fun. And if I don't like something, I can just paint over it. So nothing is precious. I don't have to be afraid of making a mistake. There are no mistakes. It's just, let's try this out and see what it looks like. And this is such an exciting way to paint. So much more satisfying than trying to plan something. So it's becoming quite a colourful sort of painting, so I'm bringing in a bit more of that cerise. And I like these sort of delicate linear work and just sort of providing details in places. This is a doodle. I'm not quite sure what this is. I sort of thought it might look a little bit like a washing line, and then it turned into something else. So I painted that and I didn't really like it, so you'll see that disappear in a minute. Everything's just trial and error. Well, not so much error, everything's just trying things out and seeing what it looks like and then making a decision whether I like it. If I don't like it, I can just paint over it. And now this is something that I do like to do, and that is put some words into the painting. But just the words have to match the rest of the painting, so they have to look like they've been written by a 4-year-old. And I don't like them to be too easily read. I like them to be a little bit of mystery about what actually that is saying. Spreading the orange around again. Now at this point I thought I was finished, but having had a good look at it, then I decided no, I would go back in. But there are some nice areas that I like. So I'm bringing in some little details. And I thought I just had a little bit too much orange on that, in that middle there, and I could see a shape forming on that left hand side, so I wanted to define that a bit more. So I'm bringing through this light yellow again and creating that sort of big shape on the right hand side. A little bit too much orange, so pushing that back. Not quite sure what these shapes were, but they were helping me find the next shape. But all the time I've got my eye on the design, so I'm looking for where my strong contrasts are. So if I have lots of strong contrasts on the right, I have to make sure I've got some on the left as well. And these lines are going to link the left to the right hand side of the painting. Okay, so there you are. That's how you have fun with intuitive painting. and you can paint whatever pops into your head.